everyone, and welcome to Why Though? Brandon, do it better than that. Welcome to Why Though? Why are you in
I'm
that?
not doing it right now. I told you.
Why?
Just forcing stuff.
Well, I'm gonna do the review. We just watched Spider-Man Homecoming. I just overall really liked the movie. I think it was well written. I think there were some unexpected surprises. It was good. It was classic Marvel. There was a lot of
they actually made him act like an actual teenager.
This is our daughter and the rest of our kids who don't want to be on the video. Hey, what do you think about Zendaya?
I think her role was funny. She was telling all of them how they were losers, but she was really the loser herself. She didn't have any friends, and she just wanted to, I guess she just felt bad about it, so she just kept on messing with everyone else.
They made a lot of references to classic Spider-Man stuff. The casting was great. I wasn't disappointed in any way in that regard. It was pretty classic. I like how they allowed him to kind of represent the modern teenager. Whenever they reimagine Spider-Man, they're always, putting him in modern situations, how things are during that time, and I think they really reflected that in how Peter was portrayed. He was acting like a kid, like Spider-Man really is, instead of an adult. And he got into trouble. He had a lot of school issues going on. He had a bully. He had a girl that he liked. He had awkwardness and all of that good stuff that comes with teenage years and high school stuff. I think that Michael Keaton was cast as a good villain, because I think that they should have went into more depth about what made him villainous. I think they really rushed that part, because the people don't turn into a villain overnight, and it's kind of like boom, he's a villain. He was kind of a regular villain, like a regular real life villain rather than a cartoon character-y type villain, and I appreciate that. And the other Marvel movies, especially in Spider-Man, all of the villains are like cartoon character, like completely evil. They were bad from the get-go, and they're just bad all the way around bad. But I always appreciate when a writer gives a more well-rounded, balanced view of a villain, so that you can also see the reasoning behind the insanity that they do, because in reality, bad guys have good reasons for why they do what they do, and they, for whatever reason, feel slighted in life, and they take the wrong method to achieve something that they want. And so I think that they really did a great job at that, the way they played that out. The actor who played Peter, he did a great job. I think he had really good acting chops for somebody that's so young. And then how they portrayed Spider-Man's character, that it was true to how he's always been in the movies, very sympathetic, even to a bad guy, still always wanting to do the right thing, following his heart, even though it might mean he's gonna get into big trouble, being very selfless. That's just how he is. I like how they reimagined Aunt May. In the stories, in the movies before, Aunt May is always some older woman who's, just always worried and more of a grandmother type. But in this movie, they made her more like a real aunt, a funny aunt, somebody that is a little bit closer to Peter's age. And so I think that played along better in Spider-Man's story than the classic Aunt May. I think the way they did Aunt May this time is better than all the other Aunt Mays in the past. As far as diversity goes, you know, you could say that it was a bit faux diversity. Like, there was a lot of speaking roles for the minority characters. You know, they weren't the main characters of the movie, you know, but they did have quite a bit of interaction with the main characters. And you can criticize that, you know, but at the same time, it's going to pave the way for future movies where there's even more interaction of minorities. There was a lot of funny moments, just like in every Spider-Man movie. A lot of good funny moments. And then the classic intense Spider-Man moments where he's in action, he's doing something that's so selfless and like classic certain moves that he always does. I like how they're able to still get you up on the edge of your seat, because, you know, when you look back over the Spider-Man movies, you see the clips and you're always like, ooh, I want to see that because it looks so intense on the trailer, and they're still able to deliver that.
I think that Tom Holland was good at having the role of being Peter Parker, because he did know a lot of moves to do, and he was very athletic already before he even started doing the role of Peter Parker. He did look young for his age.
I didn't know he was 20 years old.
Robert Downey Jr. did, when he played as Iron Man, they had a lot of references from the other Iron Man movies. They did have some places from Captain America Civil War, like their new base, that was from Captain America Civil War. And they did name one of Iron Man's suits from Age of Ultron, the Hope Buster. And they did say some stuff, like some new weapons that they might have in future movies, like the new prototype of Captain America's shield and Thor's magic belt.
I think that they did well when it came to the intensity, the story. I liked how that played out. He stayed true to the Peter Parker that's always giving up on his own happiness to do something he feels is right.
It was a very nice movie with classical jokes of Spider-Man being funny and sometimes careless.
I'm gonna sign off and say I think that Spider-Man is a good family movie for everyone to see. There are a few, like maybe less than a handful of choice words, so I would still caution you. I think it's a PG-13 movie, is it? It may or may not be, but just keep that in mind. But I still think that it's a good family movie. And tell me what